Hello, Scorpio, and welcome. I'm Adriana. I'm an Evolutionary Life Coach, and today I have an intuitive message about your spiritual journey and your spiritual focus for the week. So let's go ahead and get started. We have the Eight of Swords as your theme for the week. So we get to think about the idea of blessing in disguise. Because if you could think of blessing in disguise, you can think your way out of this maze. The Eight of Swords often is an energy that gets lost in triviality, or things that don't really matter, or thinking that you're stuck when you're not actually stuck. And so if you take that idea of blessing in disguise, it's kind of impossible to get stuck anywhere. Because if you say, all right, this thing has happened, but it's a blessing in disguise, you will start to see the positives in it. You will start to see how it benefits you and how it's actually working for you. And you will never get lost or stuck or confused. But the presence of this card being your theme makes me think that there are going to be some things this week that don't quite make sense on the surface, which is a great thing for Scorpio, right? Because we love to dive so deep. But just know that there's an element of things not being quite kosher, quite what they are appearing to be. Okay, this is so funny. We've got you the energy of the sun. Okay, and right away I'm getting the feeling of health. So this is a good healthy week for you, Scorpio. Any physical ailments that you've been feeling seem to be lifted, and your vitality is very strong. There's kind of a hopeful innocence with this card and that lovely fire energy, but it's kind of that innate energy that we have in our personality. It's not the fire energy of, oh, we have to do everything right now. It's just that divine spark that you have, that you carry, and you're feeling quite connected with that. So don't lose that, Scorpio. Make sure it stays with you this week, because whatever comes up, it is not stronger than this. It's not stronger than this divine connection, this connection to your inner light. Okay, let's keep going. Five of Pentacles. Oh my, Seven of Cups. And Princess of Swords. Okay, well, here we go. All right, let me put down the sun for a second. I'm going to hold on tight to him, though. There is a lot of conflicting energy going on, Scorpio. And I'm working on sensing whether this is you, your environment, or a little bit of both. And my guides are saying it's both. So be very aware, not just of being grounded, Scorpio, but of your light, of your spark. Anything that starts to put pressure on that light or spark, be very cognizant that either you need to remove yourself from the situation or person or circumstance, or you just need to kind of keep things at arm's length, you know? So let's get into this. We've got the Princess of Swords, this energy that's flip-flopping in the mind, changing the mind all the time, looking at different facets, but never really getting attached to anything. It's a fickle kind of energy. And there's a great intelligence in this energy. So if this is someone else coming at you with this energy, understand that there's an intelligence in them. There's a quick-wittedness in the mind. But there's also a bit of a mental as well as emotional immaturity. They're not able to really tell what is a good idea or belief for the long term. They're just kind of doing this flip-flop. It's kind of fair weather friend thing. And she is looking at this Seven of Cups, which is completely lost in that world of fantasies. It's a different kind of delusion. This one is more of an emotional delusion. This may have been a mental delusion because we can't fixate on anything. We can't firmly choose, which way is truth. We're just kind of flopping all over the place. But this one is getting lost on emotions and circumstances that aren't really there. It's sometimes this card can be addiction. Sometimes it can be thinking better of things than they actually are, so you're not seeing the truth. It can also be getting seduced by sensuality or the promise of something. But what's going on is neither one of these are very clear-headed. This one's got all these different options that it's focused on, and it's getting seduced by this option and this option and this option. But at the same time, this one is changing its mind all the time. So you see, nothing is really working in a grounded, rational, and mature fashion. It's just all this kind of weird back and forth, funny energy. So again, be very aware of whether this is happening within you or whether it's happening in your environment, because if it is happening in your environment, there is a likelihood that you can get influenced by it. Now, what all of this is doing is it's distracting from this energy, from this card, the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is trying to deal with some kind of loss. Whether this is material, financial, emotional, there's just a feeling of sadness and a feeling of a little bit of despair and hopelessness, like there's no hope. Hopelessness, like there's no hope. Oh my, it's not funny, but I'm laughing at my words here. But you feel like there's no light at the end of the tunnel, and you feel like there's no help. There's just this moment of a little bit of a backward turning for you. And so I will draw another card, but at this moment, I just want to call you to remember this. Remember that you are still connected to this divine spark. All of these things are superficial. They're not real. They're not truly you. They're kind of these things that can hang you up. But looking at these, this is the most powerful card. When I feel these cards together, this is the most powerful one. These things just aren't real. And they're not. Feeling like you're in despair, or feeling like there's no hope left is just a feeling. It may not be actually reality, because you may be seeing that there is a way out. But this is really fascinating, Scorpio, because remember, this was our theme, getting stuck. And here you are, 3 different kinds of cards that could get you stuck on different levels: the mental, the emotional, and this is kind of a physical emotional card here. So let's draw one more card and see if we can pull this. They're telling me to draw 2 more cards, so we will draw 2 more cards for you, Scorpio. Okay. King of Swords, 9 of Cups. So here comes our mental maturity. The more you can focus on your blessings, the more you can focus on the ways that your cup is full. The tangible things that you are grateful for, the tangible things that you are thankful for, that is your ticket out of this kind of mess here. All right. Remembering your divine spark is all very well, but sometimes you need just kind of a plan, right? And this is saying, use the strategy of gratitude, use the strategy of focusing on your tangible blessings. They have to be real, Scorpio. So if it's something as simple as, I'm grateful for this ground underneath my feet, you can feel the ground underneath your feet. I'm grateful for being able to see the color of that flower. You can see the color of that flower. This can't be stuff that's out here, because if it's out in your mind, if it's something that's a potential you're kind of feeling shaky about, we're back here in this energy. And then, we're unable to focus here. So something that you can say very strongly, very convictedly, if that's a word, that is a definite blessing for you. Acquire more and more of those. Acquire more and more time and focus in that kind of energy, and you will avoid and get out of all these little pitfalls that are in front of you. Okay, Scorpio, so really important message this week. Stay out of it, because you're not part of it. Really, even if it's happening inside of you, it's not real. It's not truly you. All right. Questions about that, Scorpio, please let me know. I did enjoy doing that reading, even though it was a very intense one. I always love to hear from you, so please leave a comment, like, or subscribe if you haven't already. I do appreciate your support. I also wanted to let you know that my website, trueguidancetarot.com, has a new offering on it. We have 3-hour guidance packages for different aspects of the spiritual journey, including shadow work, codependence. What else is on there? Development of your intuitive gifts. All sorts of things which you might find interesting. So I encourage you to give it a look. It's under offerings at True Guidance Tarot. And I will look forward to seeing you next time, Scorpio. Have a great week.